Okay, so I smelted up all of the netherite blocks that we had. Ancient debris, that's what it's called. So I smelted that all up, and if I'm correct, yeah, we need 4 makes an ingot. So we have about 15 ingots here. Okay, what can we do with that? Oh, we have about 10 tools that need to be... Oh, actually 11 if we count the Silk Touch axe. Okay, so that leaves us 4 extra for some armor pieces. Okay, that's not too bad. I forgot though. It's about, what is that, 7 diamonds to duplicate our template here, which is important because I don't have to go find another one. 7 diamonds, so we have 11 tools. That's 77 diamonds, probably a little bit more if we want to make extras to duplicate all that. And I brought up some of the diamond ore we had down below from, doing all the mining down in the farming area. So let's see if we get enough here. I don't know if we will. Oh, you know what? It's actually looking pretty good. Oh yeah, we might actually hit it. Oh, and I think, yeah, we did. We barely just hit over 77 diamonds from that. All right, and this should be all the duplicates. Yep. There's 12. Didn't even use, oh yeah, it's only one netherite per duplicate. Okay, so I saved a little bit too much. But let's grab all of our tools. Let me actually do this because I want to make sure I keep these tools. Put them all up here. Okay. Yeah, let's come over here and grab all of our tools we want to upgrade. And I believe we do it in the smithing. This is the first time I'm doing this after the update where you need like the templates and everything. Oh, this is cool. So it's a little bit more expensive for me from what I've done in the past, but that's okay. It probably took me, I think it did like two hours max of, oh, okay, yeah, we do have one extra. I got scared there for a second. Yeah, I probably did 2 hours max grinding for some netherite down at the bottom of the nether with the TNT we got from the creeper farm, and it didn't take me very long to get all that. So that's not too bad. And then plenty of diamonds from mining, so don't really have to worry about that. But sweet, yeah, I'm happy about that. We finished converting all of the diamond tools. Now the big thing I want to do in this shulker box here is anything that doesn't have silk touch on it, mainly the pickaxes. There's a few, there's 2 there, 3. So there's these 3. Let me put them up top actually. Ooh. Wait, did I miscount? I think I did miscount. Okay, so it's only 2 actually. I want to put fortune on these because I like to have fortune on my non-silk touch, so that it doesn't matter if I have, like, what pickaxe I have. It's either going to silk touch or fortune, and I don't have to worry about accidentally losing out on some of the ores if I do mining while I'm digging around. Welcome back though, guys, to another episode here on the survival world. And I've got a little bit done since last episode. Kind of been shying away from building, but we'll touch on that a little bit. As you can tell, we have a new machine here up on the surface, which means another machine that we're going to have to cover in some sort of way, which means more building. So I'm not doing myself a favor here, but let's go down below into the farming area because I do want to give you guys a quick update on what I've done. And as you can tell, this area looks a little different. We were able to finally replace the floor because I have a better understanding of how things are going beneath this. So it's all mud now. It's not textured because I might put some like decorations down here. Who knows? Like maybe I'll bring the smithing table down and do like a little smithing table area. So it's like another reason to come down here and use it when we want to upgrade stuff with the templates. Yeah, I was hoping to get a little bit more done, especially my plans with this hallway has changed because I brought the roof over, and so it's kind of ruined what I had in mind. But yeah, so the big thing from last episode was this roof. I kind of didn't know what to do with it, and it's gone through a couple of iterations, and I think I've settled on this. Because originally, I was trying to do that overgrown look that I've been doing up above and over there a little bit, and it just wasn't cutting out because it's 2 blocks thick right there from the bottom of the farm area and the top of this area. you know, they share one block. That's it. So I didn't have a whole lot to do with depth, especially since I wanted to keep this room tall. So yeah, it wasn't really working out. So I just did a pattern. It's the same pattern that I had on the floor with the warped wood, which I switched with cherry, and this mangrove. Was I just did it up on the ceiling, and I kind of like it. It's minimal, but it looks good. And these, you know, streaks of the spruce wood, they were supposed to be roots from a previous iteration. I didn't tear it down. I just tore down the leaves. But I kept them in for this, and I kind of like it. It breaks up the red a little bit, and the spruce goes well with the mangrove, and it also complements this. I was trying to get into some, you know, new designs or new like feels for building, and I really like how this turned out. We got some banner like usage, and the birch trapdoors here. You can see it better actually right here. The birch trapdoors with mangrove I think really goes well together. And then over here I just covered it with banners, and it adds a little bit of animation as you can see because it's like flowing. But yeah, I really like how this corner turned out, and I kind of copied the same design over here, but I'm not gonna put banners on it. Just gonna leave banners right there because I don't wanna like overload you with banners. But if you're curious how this looks going into the hallway, I don't think it looks too bad. It doesn't really go with the black, but I don't have any updates down here though, but the creeper farm, guys, has been working really well. And this is after I've taken out quite a bit of gunpowder. I made like 4.5 stacks of TNT for the netherite farming, and we have that much still. So yeah, really happy with how this has turned out. But yeah, something else that's new that I'm trying is this like thatched look for roofs. You know, it's different from the overgrown, but I think it goes well. We have a section here and then a little break, which I admit I got a little lazy. It's just slabs. And then another section of the thatch roof. But the first like iteration, because those are the second, the first iteration was over here in front of the flower farm, like in between the mass storage area. And I really liked how this turned out. And I had a little bit more room over here to like include depth into the build. Like we have multiple layers. And so I think that's why this looks better than it does over here. Like we don't have the space above to put multiple layers. So I had to just use half slabs and the hay bales. But yeah, really happy with this turned out. Let me know what you guys think. And that's really it for building. I think what's been happening, guys, is because like I've been pushing myself to build more for the series because I want to get stuff done and I don't want to leave stuff in like in an incomplete state for you guys. And so what's happening is I'm doing more building and less like farm building. And it's a double-edged sword because on one hand, like I'm happy that I'm doing more building, and this is the first world where I've done so much building on top of the farming that I've been doing. Because usually in the past, what I'll do is I'll just fill up a world with a ton of farms, and they'll all be bare, and that's it. Like I don't need to build and make them look good for myself. Like, but for you guys, I want to do it, and I think I've been doing a little bit too much building. So I kind of want to just focus on getting some new farms built, and this is one of them. It's already built actually, so we're not going to be focusing on it today. But I was doing like some mangrove log gathering for the roof down below because I needed quite a bit. This is a design by like Kangaroo X6. I think it's kangaroo spelt a little bit differently, but with an X6 at the end on YouTube. And it's really nice. It works really well. My one downside, and it might be a flaw with how I built it, not with the farm itself, it doesn't seem to be 100% like self-recycling. So I actually sometimes have to go out and gather more propagules to use it because I won't get more than I use back. So that's the one downside, but it's honestly not a big deal. I just keep like 5 trees on me, and then when I need more, I'll just gather the propagules on them, you know, cut these down real quick and then plant 5 more and go back to the farm because you do get some back. So like say you go on the farm with 20, you'll probably actually plant about like 27 to 30 trees before you run out of propagules. But there is a problem, and I haven't checked this on my farm, so that's why I'm saying it might be a problem with the way I built it. But in between or above this piston, next to this observer, like in this block, there's supposed to be another hopper minecart on top of a mud block. And sometimes I was reading the comments of the video, that doesn't line up perfectly, so that second hopper minecart isn't actually transporting items down. And so I'm wondering if a lot of my propagules are getting stuck in that pipeline there and they're not making its way down to me where I'm at the bottom of the farm. So that's something I got to look into. But other than that, no, I'm really happy with this. It uses 6 TNT dupers up above to, blow up the trees and farm them. And it just works amazing. It hasn't broken on me at all. I've farmed almost like 9 or 10 stacks of the mangrove logs. Surprisingly, it doesn't use that much like bone meal, so it's super nice. And I do have plans to hook it up to this pipeline. I'm going to be doing that like in between episodes at some point. But yeah, I'm going to bring it up, and then I have to do more redstone logic up here because depending on what tree farm actually calls for the bone meal, I'm going to have to switch to this water stream to like go to it. So I'm actually excited for that. So you're probably wondering what my plan is for today's episode, and I want to remake our gold farm slash bartering combo in the nether. There's a couple of things that I didn't like about that first gold farm I created that I showed off in is either episode 1 or episode 2 when I was doing the world tour and giving you guys an update on everything. Some cons about it that I'm going to change this time around is that farm was made with the intent of the player AFKing at the top of the world so that you didn't have to worry about any of the spawnable blocks below the roof of the nether. And so I'm going to change that to where we're going to be AFKing just a little bit above the floor, or the roof I should say, and we're going to be using looting 3 to kill. And that means we're going to have to do some work below the roof of the nether to kind of stop the spawning of any zombie piglins below there, which I did take a look around. It shouldn't be too much, but I'm probably going to choose to just slab up a lot of the netherrack there. And also, because of how I built it, I couldn't really incorporate a sorting system into it, which made it really like a lot of work to go there and AFK for a little bit, and then I have to come down and empty out all the chests and sort it manually, and I don't want to do that. So what my plan is we're gonna build a farm at the top of the nether, the build height. We're gonna have the killing chamber where I can use looting 3 a little bit below that, and then in the future, once we get the autocrafter, I'm gonna plan to drop the gold ingots down to the bartering system that'll be built closer to the roof of the nether itself. So yeah, today we're probably just gonna focus on the gold farm and the sorting like of the gold and the swords and the what are they called, the nuggets from that. And later on I'll probably have to lure some of the piglins themselves up into there and start creating the farm too. So what I'm thinking is we'll start work on the actual gold farm itself, and I was just gathering some materials to get started on this. I already have quite a bit of magma blocks, and where are the turtle eggs? Here, the turtle eggs here too as well. So we can get at least the base farm done with the killing chamber. But you can see I did some preparation here. This is pretty close to, yeah, I'll show you guys. It's pretty close to the portal to our ocean base. It's just a quick flight this way. Should see the platform, yeah. So there's the platform. But I went ahead and removed a 5x5 hole in the nether roof, which took about a couple of hours one afternoon, just sitting here with the TNT and piston glitch to get rid of the bedrock. And so that allows me to, I'll probably create a pocket right below the roof and do a staircase so piglins can spawn there and I can just, lure them up the staircase. But yeah, so this is the spot where we're going to build it. It's the closest nether waste that we have. And I'm just going to get started. I'll probably do some scaffolding right up into the sky and start building it from the top down. Okay, so I got some building done. And man, I really love building these zombie piglin farms because it's so simple and easy. You just get your magma blocks, you go up into the roof of the nether, you build your farm, and you're kind of done. I have a lot of it built, and this is the basic stuff. What's left is going to be the sorting system and the pickup system, because this farm, it's a design from Nembomb. I don't know if you guys heard him. This is actually my first video I watched of him, and he didn't really talk about how to build it, but he made a video talking how he went into like this investigation surrounding piglin farm and piglin spawning and their AI and whatnot, and this is the farm he showed at the end of it, and it's really easy to build because I was able to pause the video just from that, and as he was explaining stuff, learn the design and whatnot. And this is a really cool thing. He showed off this little switcher. So this has two modes. We can actually kill them with looting, or if I push this button, there's supposed to be there we go. I thought I broke that for a second. There's going to be hoppers underneath the soul sand and the honey here that will pick up the drops. And from there, I think I'm going to do like some minecart hopper splitting, so it's moving the items faster. And then there'll be a sorting system underneath. And I even want to include some smelters so that we can smelt the swords down into iron nuggets too. Although I think we need a blaze farm to get some fuel for that. So that's going to be... Maybe we won't get that done, the smelting portion today. But yeah, so in this mode with the honey extended towards us, it will actually save the piglins or the zombie piglins that fall down the chute. And, if I want to just AFK and not have to worry about killing them, overnight or something, because I don't use auto clickers, I can just push this button and it will push the honey out of the way, and it will be one block lower, causing them all to die from fall damage, because this platform is about 24 blocks from the lowest spawning platform for the zombie piglin. And let me just go up here because I'll show you guys this. Yeah, so in Nembom's video, he made a farm with 19 floors, and I did 10 for a couple of reasons. One of them being it's a little bit easier resource-wise. It's a lot less magma blocks that I needed to farm, and for some reason I was having trouble finding them in the area surrounding this. And the second is with less floors, it means my killing platform, down there with the pistons, is higher up in the nether roof, meaning that I need to spawn-proof less of the nether beneath the roof because the sphere of spawning is higher up in the nether. And so hopefully, I haven't tested this at all. I didn't make this in the creative world first. So hopefully with just 10 platforms, we still get really good rates. I think it'll be fine, especially for a single player world where the only intention of this farm is to feed a bartering farm. And then, if I need to make beacons from gold blocks, it'll be easy. But yeah, and it's pretty basic design. I think I've seen this on a lot of piglin farms or zombie piglin farms. I mean, we use the grindstones to kind of stop any bunching up happening here at the spawning platforms. And there's two entrances to the chutes that lead down below, and they're kind of in opposite sides. But yeah, I haven't put the turtle eggs in. That's going to be the last thing. I think what I want to do is make that sorting system now, and then as the final thing is like we'll put in the turtle eggs in. I was thinking about it. I have 10 turtle eggs down there, and I might need 11. I might get away with 10, because I have 10 floors, so it should match up 1-to-1, but I haven't, like I said, I haven't actually tested it, so I might need 11. I could be okay with 10. But yeah, so, that's where I'm at right now, and let me build this sorting system, and I'll update you guys and maybe give a little demonstration to see how fast this farm is going to run. And just like that, guys, the sorting system is all done. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I kind of had to figure out how I wanted to make it fit with the our little switch here for turning the farm into an EXP/looting and then turning it into an actual AFK. I did try to experiment a little bit with like hopper minecarts and blocks so I could increase the rate at which I pull items out from the farm or pick them up from the ground, but for some reason I couldn't get that to work. Like, if I put a hopper minecart in between a few blocks and had them share, like, 4 hoppers, one hopper would get the hopper minecart speed, and the 3 others wouldn't. So it's a little weird. I experimented with that, like, for a little bit, and, couldn't get it to work, so I kind of just gave up, and as you can see, I have just regular old hoppers here, and there's 2 ways. This back row will feed this group of chests, and then the front row will feed over here, and it's pretty standard. The first filter is for gold ingots, because I'm pretty sure if I use looting, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if you use a looting and you kill them, you can get gold ingots. The next 2 are for some nuggets, and the last one is for rotten flesh. And currently, because I don't have this fully set up, I have an overflow / anything else, which will just be like the swords and the heads, because I believe I have a head over here. Yeah, look at this. We have ourselves a zombified piglin head. There is one problem with the farm, and that is the rates. did put the turtle eggs in, so this farm is technically functional. If you look up, you can see the magenta wool. That's where all the turtle eggs are. And actually, there's one thing I want to fix. I just remembered, so I'll fix it. I'll fix it with you guys. Ooh, okay. Oof, there we go. Actually, I'm just gonna break this trapdoor. I want to move this egg down one. So is this my silk touch? Yes. Awesome. So I'm pretty sure we'll get better rates. Wait. Okay. I actually miscounted. It wasn't the second platform. It's the third platform right in here. This is the one that doesn't have the egg. Although I don't think it's a huge problem. I am going to move that one from up above down here, though. I think I placed it on this level. Ooh, I'm going to have to get rid of this trapdoor. There we go. And let me go replace... Oh, if you guys don't know, you can use Frostwalker on your boots to walk across magma blocks. And that's what I was using to build this, but... there we go. Now that I put those boots away, so I don't have access to them right now. They're back in my base, and I don't want to fly back. So it may not look like it, but the top platform actually... uses the platform below it, the turtle egg down there, to pull the zombie piglins from it. So it won't hurt any rates because we took the turtle egg from the top platform and moved it down a few. I don't think I really needed to do that because the same thing would have applied to that third from the top platform. But I think it looks better if they're all like evenly spaced instead of having a gap in between them. But yeah, so the rates are the big thing, and I know why the rates are bad. Like we should be getting a ton of spawns right now, and you know, nothing's spawning. And that's because I underestimated how much I had to spawn proof below the nether roof. I have a lot, actually. And I've already spent some time. I've got about 40% of it slabbed up, but there's still a wide area left. And so it's not really going to work until that is fully slabbed up, which kind of sucks. If you guys don't know how the spawning algorithm works, hopefully I'm right. This could be outdated information, but how the spawning algorithm works is it starts at the lowest point in the chunk and works its way up that chunk. So when you have a farm that is all the way up in at the build limit, it's going to check for spawning, like available spawning spots below it first. And so in the nether, especially with this type of farm, if you don't have it spawn proofed below, it's going to prioritize these spots below the nether roof before it actually gets to your farm. And so what's going to happen is even if there's like a very small cave that isn't spawn proofed, that is going to take away a lot of the efficiency in spawn from our farm. And so what we're going to expect here is the more I slab up, it's going to slowly incrementally make the spawn rates in our farm a little bit better. But once we get to that last 85 or 90% of the spawn, like the spawnable blocks below the roof, that's when it's really going to affect it, right? Like our farm is going to be like okay-ish until we get to that point. And then once we get the last little bit, that's when it's really going to shoot up in efficiency, because then there's going to be no spawnable blocks below it and everything will start spawning up above in the farm. At least that's my hypothesis. I believe that's how things work. I guess we'll see with this. I still have, like I said, I still have a lot of slabbing to do down here below the roof, although I'll take you guys on a little journey so you can see what I've done so far. Here is a little portion of it, and there's some shulker boxes that I was using. And then if you come up here, yeah, there's a little ravine right there, and then there's some caves in this section. But it starts to stretch on for a while when we go back here. So let me come up here, this little staircase. There's a little cave in the right here, yeah. Actually, I shouldn't say little because it's not little. But look at this, guys. Here's a pretty big ravine, and there's a ton of little offshoots, and it stretches even further back here as well. But like I said, this is like not even half of it. This is about like 40%. And a big portion of it, and this is the part I gotta do, is if we come down here into this, I accidentally made stone bricks. But if we come back here, here's what's really causing our farm to not like perform well. Is I gotta do all the caves back here. We even have some zombie piglins here. So yeah, this is what I have cut out for me, and what I'll probably be doing for the next couple of days, because there's a lot of block placing I got to do. Like, luckily we have all the stone we need for this from digging out the farming area under our ocean monument. We have plenty of stone from that. It's just a matter of, you know, getting it, crafting it into the slabs, and then, you know, placing... Oh, look at that. I missed a spot. There we go. And placing the slabs, which will take up most of the time. But I think that's going to cut it for this episode, though, because I don't want to, spend the next 2 days just to wrap this up. So I'll do this off camera in between episodes. And hopefully in the beginning of the next one, I'll be able to show you guys how well that farm should be working and the rates that it should be getting, because it currently isn't getting rates right now. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a good update. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.